Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. For those of you who are new, I am Audra. I'm not sure how you got here, but certainly I'm glad you came. And this is my partner in crime, Miss Emily Hanhan. Colorful makeup,
Welcome.
colorful language. If you're not subscribed to either one of
Yes.
us, now is a good time to do so. I'm sorry, I'm
All
in a
the
weird
all
mood.
the information is down below. Yeah, I'm with you on the weird
Yes.
mood part of things.
Everything is in the description.
Welcome.
My channel, her channel, PayPal's, Venmos, Patreons, all the businesses.
Yes. All the cool shit.
Again, before we go ahead and get started, I just wanted to first and foremost thank the mods for everything that you do. You are all wonderful. I appreciate y'all being here. It's not a paid position. Y'all are just awesome. I would also welcome all of our patrons who are here and everyone who are members of either or both of our channels. Welcome to y'all. Thank you for being here.
We appreciate everyone, and there's never any pressure, but thank you. And if a mod asks you to do something or like comments on language or anything like that, just please respect them. Our mods are like top notch on like, hey, this language is not cool, is not appropriate, and sometimes I know I'm not even great at it. So like,
Yeah.
just wanted to say that. Please respect everyone, and anyone that has the wrench. Everyone should be respecting everyone in here anyway. So
Yes.
thank you to everyone for all the compliments and all the welcomes and all of that. Oh, I like this. Hold on, this little detour.
I know you're
Both of
fine
our
because
nails. So
Oh.
I have. Are we both wearing Pie House?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. There's an Etsy brand, Etsy shop called Pie House Nails. If you find either one of us on Etsy, it's one of our favorites. I have this orange and gold. Here, turn my light down. You can sometimes. Yes, orange and gold combo manicure, and just repping the blue for multiple reasons. Similarly to why I have blue on my eyes.
No. We are, and I was going to add to that before. The only thing we're disrespecting in here is makeup and MLMs. All right. So
Exactly. We have thoughts and opinions. MLMs and hustle culture, thoughts. There are thoughts.
There are thoughts. But give me 1 second. I'm pulling.
Also, shout out to Drew Clark in the chat that Soda Pop sketches on Instagram.
Ooh.
Drew has created art for both of us. We've commissioned art.
Drew's art is right here, right now, in the bottom. I'm gonna to me, it's my right hand, but I feel like you all might see it. No, there's one in the bottom already.
Oh, there is. Yes, I don't see it on StreamYard, but yes, that, and then also, it's okay. And then this one, but yes, I will go back to that. Oh, we have that one too. I forgot about that.
We need to actually have.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. Ideas. Last way. Do you see like ADHD brain at work? Because it's at work, right? In both of us.
Right. So
Elise going right into like.
Elise is like really getting into it. So
going in for the kill.
Before we actually go in and get started, I'm going to start this with the disclaimer, which is there isn't one. Fuck MLMs. I'm so sorry, but there isn't one. Fuck MLMs.
I'm gonna second that.
There's no way that an MLM is a good one. Emily and I have talked about this before. I get it. There's always that person who knows somebody who earns 6 figures doing an MLM, but in order to earn that 6 figures, you definitely have to be crushing people. Like, how are they making it? How do they make that money? You have to think about that, because other people work below them and are making nothing. So fuck MLMs. I'm just going to say that outright.
And I will add fuck hustle culture, as a deeper skin tone Yolanda says. Take your 24/7 grind off my timeline. They are both toxic, and we are here tonight to talk about it. And of course, we want to hear your thoughts too as we go. They're predatory. They're manipulative. MLMs are all bad.
They are very destructive. I get that. And again, I hear it all the time. People have something or other to say every time about an MLM. and they know somebody who's made money or whatever. And yes, you can make money from if you're in there on the ground floor, you can make a ton of money, but that also means that you signed up other people who 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 are all losing money while you're having a Mercedes-Benz. So there's like a crime there, like not an actual crime. Don't come for me, but it's just, you're not a kind person. You're not a good person. You're not a kind person. And I'm super sorry. So,
and it goes straight to my this is a thought that I had. We were talking about this, is that the same people that are making money on MLMs are making the same kinds of people that are making money on MLMs are making money in this capitalist culture. Yes. You do not join an MLM and work your way up to your 6-figure whatever, just like a normal person does not become Jeff Bezos. Correct. They both don't just magically happen. If you do get to the point where you're making 6 figures at a pyramid scheme, I'm saying allegedly, but that's how I believe, they're illegal, but MLM is technically legal but predatory, as Isabel has clarified.
Yes, but they continue to have the predatory behavior, even though there's lawsuits. All the lawsuits really do is like pay money back for perhaps inflammatory or incorrect language on how they sold this to people to buy into it, but not necessarily the scheme itself. And the reason it's not a pyramid scheme, even though it's shaped like a pyramid, is because pyramid schemes actually had for those of you who don't know what an MLM is, multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes had no actual product. So if you've ever seen the movie Boiler Room, where they like that whole Wall Street thing that they were doing, where they were like selling people stocks, but there were no stocks. There were absolutely no stocks. They were just robbing people of their money. That's how a pyramid scheme works. There's usually like investment schemes and all these kinds of things. There's never actually anything there. You're giving money. But multi-level marketing has a product like candles or fun toys or leggings or jewelry
or makeup,
everything. Yes.
The reason why I continue to call them a pyramid scheme though myself is that, again, the people making the money, they're not selling a product. No, the people making the best money are the ones recruiting new people. So they are making money off of other people, not products. And thank you for highlighting this, because I was going to say, for those that don't know about hustle culture, this is the
hustle culture are friends. They're tied together.
Exactly. So how is hustle culture? Like, it is the culture of, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So if you turn your hobby into a side hustle, and then you work and you're working a full-time job and your side hustle to try to turn it into a business, basically it's like constantly being on grind, 24/7, always working. Yes.
That's that wake up and grind mentality. Yeah. You know, don't stop believing, never stop the hustle, keep going, push all day. I work 24/8. That's all that hustle culture bullshit. Yes. And the reason I intertwine these is because when Emily and I were talking, one of the things that I really don't see brought up near as much as I wish it would be brought up is how predatory MLMs have gotten. Because we talk a lot about stay-at-home moms and military wives, which can be the same thing as stay-at-home mom. But we don't talk enough about how much MLMs have moved towards, and have been doing this for a while, targeting people, especially women, with a full-time job, trying to like capitalize off of the idea of hustle culture. And so you have a full-time job, you work 40 or more hours a week, and they're over here trying to convince you that by selling these knives that sell themselves, and like all you have to do is put up a Facebook page, girl, and like I'll be here for you every step of the way, and they like sell themselves, and you just have to invest like $575, and like you don't even have to do anything. Don't you want to get out of this job? Like, don't you hate your job?
And you have like 500 friends on Facebook, so you have an instant audience of over 500 people to sell to. So like you would definitely be successful at it, because like you have all of these friends and they are not going to be able to resist these amazing, beautiful knives or this jewelry that's ugly as fuck.
Yeah, girl.
that you're in
Like,
denial
listen,
about.
if you want to look like a makeup maven like me, eyeshadow askew, then you need to join my MLM. Like, it's super easy. And like we were saying, if you have 500 friends on Facebook, like, and you have 200 friends on Instagram, 700 customers, girl. Like, boom, boom, and boom. You would be a boss babe. Within 6 months, you'll be able to quit this job. Because I hear you saying how much you hate it, like, all the time. And I work here too, but it's like, I'm making a lot of money.
So like I work here too, but like I'm making a lot of money on the side doing this thing. So like I don't mind like struggling through this job because like I'm making money, but then I'm like making a lot of money and I love the stuff I'm selling. Like this is just amazing. It's just like my favorite thing ever. And it sells itself. I barely have to do any work. 5 minutes ago telling me you hustle 24/7. Like this is also part of the MLM. I am going to call it, I'm going to say MLM gaslighting, the lighting, the lying, all that of, you know, oh, it's really hands off. You barely have to do any work. You like, you know, you have the catalog, you'll set up your little web page, you just send it out to all your Facebook friends, send it out to all your Instagram friends. Like you have a huge audience, just do that. You'll be rolling in dough. And then like 2 months later,
I'm so sorry, but vision of you.
I want that. I might try to find a shirt with that because I would wear that because Brussels sprouts.
For those of you listening, vision of you popped up a comment and says, I have a kitchen towel with Brussels sprouts and it says every day I'm brustling. That's the extent of my hustle, LOL. And that is a good hustle.
It is.
Don't worry, Nicole. We all have.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say the other part of it that's like the reason why I'm calling it gaslighting, which I know is an overused word, but it's because like 2 months later or 6 months later or a year later, when you're not getting great sales and all of a sudden your upline is like, hey, what's going on? And you're like, well, I'm not able to sell. And they're like, well, you have to work harder. Like, you know, I see you're barely putting any time into this. I'm like, as long as if you just start putting more time into it, like you are guaranteed success, or you have to just keep reaching out to other people, like all of this, ask people, recruit people. It's like,
okay, but stars, girl.
But to get to the stars, you have to put in the work. And it's like, neighbors or
kitty cat shit. I'm like,
no, that's a motorcycle outside. That's what that is. But it's like, okay, but you sold this lie to me based on it. So little work. It's like easy money. And now you're telling me, no, you're just not working hard enough to be successful.
Yeah. And when I so Yoga with Mo saying you should not have to work a side job to survive. And also the people using their main job to fund their side hustle and make it seem like their side hustle is doing better than it is. Exactly. So this is why they're so problematic in falling into the workplace, right? Because realistically, like you would think that your logical mind, your logical brain, having someone tell you at your job who works at your job with you that they earn so much extra money doing this whatever bullshit scam, that you would logically go, yeah, of course. Like obviously if they were making a lot of money, they wouldn't work here. But here's what they bank on. Most of us hate our actual jobs. We hate them. There's very few of us that are working in professions, like in a corporate structure or blue collar structure that we love.
Don't get the puppy. Don't pick any
puppies, Ryan. Please. But it's very, because we hate our jobs. Like so many of us work in these jobs that we absolutely hate. And you're just always kind of going from job to job to actually get the raise, because obviously that's a whole other conversation, but it's very difficult most of the time to get a good raise where you already work. And then this person approaches you, and like with the seething hatred you have for where you work, and generally probably your shitty, like overbearing boss, the idea of getting the fuck out of there within 6 months, and like that's the kind of shit that they promise you, the idea of getting out of there within 6 months and being able to be like, when you leave, takes over your logic. It takes over a lot of people's logic, because Nicole was saying, absolutely. I totally fell for an MLM when I was first home with my oldest. It's these things take over your logic, right? Because everybody wants to think that they're super duper smart, but when you have like another thing that's fucking like bigger than that, your logic kind of like slides away from you for a second or 5 years, whatever it is, however long you do these things.
Or a decade, depending on kids. And for me, if I had kids, it'd probably be like 3 decades later. Who am I?
Yeah. What's happening? And
Yeah.
so you buy into this shit because they're making it seem like it's super easy. You don't have to do a lot of stuff. Yeah, I already have a Facebook and I know how to work my Facebook. So you're like, yeah, I can do that. Like, that's not hard. Like, okay, that's not a big deal. And then you stay in it, even though you realize that you're kind of getting scammed, because the hope of escaping the like drudgery of the 9 to 5.
Also, well, and Olivia had a good comment. Hustle mentality is huge in science community. Then you will learn, even when you overwork yourself, it doesn't guarantee success. 90% of our ideas and experiments fail, even when you put in 100% effort. And
Yes.
the whole like not wanting to leave, that whole sunk cost fallacy of like, well, I already sunk in this much money, this much time, my reputation. I just got to keep going. I can dig out. And instead of digging up and out, you continue to dig yourself further and further and further in the hole. And then Fefi has a good comment. They are the personification of hustle culture. They talk about how they're on vacation and working with their children and working. I remember one who was in labor and working. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that one. I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Like because the idea very much is that like I'm doing all this stuff and also working, but like I don't want to go on vacation and work. Just FYI.
Yes, the BS multi-level marketing narrative of your 9 to 5 job is just a pyramid scheme because there's a hierarchy. Like because there's a CEO of a company and then people underneath, and a manager and another manager and then your manager and then you. Well, like that's a pyramid too. It's like, except I still get paid if I don't sell anything. I mean, if you're a salesperson for a living, that might be different as well, but that's why I would never be a salesperson for a living.
But the thing is, even people who are salespeople, like they sell something legit. A lot of them, like if you're a car salesman, like you're selling something that isn't bullshit. And so a lot of these MLMs are out here selling bullshit ass dreams and ideas. Like, sorry, I keep looking around. I'm looking for my eye drops. I just don't know what I did with them. And I feel like they're somewhere weird because that's how my life is. Anyway, but they keep trying to sell you on this idea. And so you do keep digging deeper and deeper. And for the people who've gotten sucked into them, please don't feel ashamed. We all have. Everyone's done it. Okay. Because another thing aside from that is the trick of saying, well, I don't want to sell it. I just want the discount. Like if you liked Mary Kay makeup or you liked Avon or you like those stupid Scentsy things, like if you like that, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call it stupid, but like I have candles. Like I don't understand that whole thing, but that's fine. But like you like the candles or you, whatever it is. And you're like, well, I get a discount on it. But like, I'm really not gonna pay anywhere between 100 to, depending on the MLM, 10 grand for a fucking discount. Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't think that I buy any of that stuff. Like I buy like I would never buy a lot of that stuff more than one time. And I haven't.
Also, here's the thing is that people are like, oh, you know, I understand why people join MLMs for the discounts, for this and that. MLM products are notoriously overpriced. So you are telling me you joined an MLM because you wanted to get a body wash at a 20% discount. The body wash is $50. You're still then paying $40 for something that you could probably get an equal or better value for less than that. So why are you doing? It's just, and it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because because of that hustle culture that's there, a lot of people end up moving. As April noted, said my mom has done all of them, so I get it free when she finally decides to quit. Large amounts of people, especially if you are hustling and doing your side hustle, you end up doing one and then that one doesn't work. And then you go do another one and then that one doesn't. You kind of end up bouncing from one to the other because the hope and promise that you can get out of your shitty 9-to-5 job, it's just too difficult to resist. Like the idea that you could just walk into your office one day and just be like, you know what, fuck you, Bob, and like not come back is
exactly
too enticing to just let go, right? So you not only keep wasting money on one MLM, you go to another one because even if you got like a little taste, even if you made 5 dull hairs, you're like, okay, well, maybe this one just wasn't for me. Maybe this was the wrong one. Maybe I was just doing the wrong business, right? And Emily had brought up a really big thing, which was we are training ourselves constantly. And actually, the corporate America has worked very hard to put this into our minds, but that we can't actually open our own businesses. And so that makes MLMs even more powerful because the fear that opening your own business wouldn't work out and the self-doubt allows you to just keep piggybacking off of these other bullshit ass businesses, even though deep down you know they're bullshit.
Well, yeah, because I think there's like this whole mix of things where you might not value yourself enough to think that your ideas are worthy of starting your own business. You might have the whole culture bullshit of like, you are a cog in the machine, you're stronger as a group, you can't do something solo. And I also think my take on like the way that the corporate jobs or time jobs and like MLMs and side hustles kind of like play into each other is that I think that because a lot of us don't actually value ourselves and how intelligent or how creative or how whatever related, how much
that's okay. I apologize, but like that.
But that's true too. Okay, actually, that ties into another feeling I have. But the thing is that I personally think being able to always call it a side hustle is also one reason why we just don't ever do the thing. We don't ever fully commit to the thing because we either are questioning our ability or whatever. And a lot of us don't have the ability to just be like, I'm going to save up for a year. And by the end of the year, I will have enough money to start this thing that I wanted to start. So like, even if that concept sounds cool in your head where you're like, you know what, I spent a lot of money on silly things or whatever in a year, but a lot of us aren't earning money like that. We're not earning enough money to just like strap down and save. But then the other part of it is that I'm very much a person, I truly believe not everybody should own their own business. This whole American dream, you can do it, you can build it from the ground up, you can have your own business.
I'm so sorry. I heard Brian Griffin. I don't know if you see that episode of Family Guy where he writes that self-help book, but it's like, see it, be it, do it. See it, do it, be it. Like some bullshit like that. And he like gets this like best-selling book off of doing this shit. And as soon as you started saying that, I could just hear him. And then they were asking him what it means. Like, well, if you see it, you can be it, and you can do it. Like.
And I just believe that not everybody should have their own business. Not everybody should do it on their own because it's not built for everybody. Because, okay, just because you're a creative person doesn't mean you are a like financially savvy person, or it doesn't mean that you're organized enough to do it. So like there's all these layers to like why MLMs feel so intriguing and so tempting, because a lot of that work is already done. Because it's like buying a franchise, but it's not, because you're losing money. Wish it,
wish it, want it, do it.
Wait, I want to see what
Sorry.
Alex said. What boggles my mind, when people know what an MLM is, still turn around and fully believe that supporting their business means they're supporting you in return. I think what you're saying is like, yeah, like when you have a friend or a family member that goes into an MLM and you know this is a bullshit thing, this is a terrible idea, but you still buy products from them because you want to support them. And I think a lot of us have fallen into that trap. I haven't personally, but I'm not saying I wouldn't. But I do think that's part of it. It's like I wish more people could be honest and be like, "Hey, like."
Well, and here's the thing is a lot of the like because of how many MLMs there are, like when I was working in an office, more and more offices like stopped allowing people to be selling anything. So like parents who were like, which I didn't love that either, but at the same time, I would buy some candy from kids, whatever. Like because I was a kid, I remember my mom had me do it, and that shit was awful.
Same.
It's stupid to try to make kids sell shit. Like just the parents have to bring it to work. That's it. But they had to stop doing that because so many people with their MLM bullshit started coming in, and then it just starts to feel very stressful. Like they're trying to make you support their life. And I'm not going to, they're like, well, you'd really be helping me out. I'm like, okay, but that's not how it works. Like, and I can't remember who it was, but we were kind of talking about even like YouTube and how they asked me in the DMs about it. And they were saying, well, a lot of my friends aren't very supportive. And I said, listen, here's the thing. A lot of people are going to support you until they actually see that you're successful. And up until that point, they're just gonna be like, oh yeah, you're doing your little thing. But just keep that same energy, right? So that when you are actually successful and you are doing well, or while you're trying and they need shit from you, just be like, yeah, that's a no. That's a no. Remember, I just need you to like watch a few videos on my channel and subscribe. You couldn't do that. So but they kind of try to use this on you for their business that they've like put money into, and they want you to give a fuck. And they're just sitting there like, well, I mean, if you want to lose like 5 pounds, I'm like, bitch, I don't want to lose 5 pounds. Well, okay, well, do you like candles? I do, but I like candles not attached to the drudgery and suckage of someone else's soul.
Because it was a comment earlier in the chat where like a regular job doesn't look at your friends and family, your community as the source for their business, the source for your paycheck. Like, and I truly think entrepreneurship is glamorized way overboard. That goes into the hustle culture part of it. And that's like, again, one of those things that I think stops people from actually doing the thing as well, is because everyone is dreaming of being millionaires and billionaires, but you can't stop your job to start this hustle culture idea until you're so well established financially that you feel like you can invest and like do the thing. But like, I know Audra and I have talked a lot about how like, I don't want to be wealthy. I just want to be comfortable enough to like not worry about rent every month, buy what I want at the grocery store, like be able to work a job that can, or like have, well, actually fuck base level, like health insurance or medicine. Like Tina, welcome. I'm going to say this every time you enter one of our chats. If anyone in this chat is not subscribed to Tina the Fancy Face,
like
go change that.
What are you doing?
Like right now.
Because like my 2020 dreams for Tina are not going the way that I have planned, and I'm very annoyed. So like I'm gonna need y'all to help make my dreams come true.
Alex put it really well. I don't want to be super rich. I just want to pay off my student loans and buy all my friends merch. Like I don't want to like be this, this hugely wealthy person. Obviously there's a level of attractiveness to wealth that I can't say I couldn't see my like magpie brain being drawn to, but like to be like, well, I want to do this, but I want to be like a billionaire at it. I'm like, no, I don't really want to do that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Emily and Thorn. But yeah, I just think that there is like so much tied into like what your hustle is supposed to mean, but it doesn't have to be like that. Like, I think about like the nail art people. Like, if you just enjoy doing nail art and you're charging accordingly for your time and labor, you never become this millionaire or super wealthy person off of it, but it's a fun hobby that's something you've been able to make a little side coin on. That's pretty cool in my book. Like,
like, so, that's cool. It's like Sydney was saying, if you lose money from your actual job, there's something wrong. And like, that makes sense. Too. Yeah. Because here's the thing, when we get involved into Heather, don't spoil, because I haven't been there yet, because I tend to save up like three to four Tina videos at one time, and then I like roll them all at one time. I started doing that. I started watching it last night,
that one, and then I brain blip. So it's on my list to finish.
What was I saying before I got distracted? Fucking A.
Losing money off of your job.
Oh yes. Yeah, because here's the thing, because this is one of the most, like, I don't know, I found it profound. I don't know if y'all will, but when Emily and I were talking about this idea, Emily really just said, well, the idea of like the side hustle plus you working your regular 40-hour job is to keep you exactly where you are. Like, you don't go anywhere. Nothing changes. Yeah. You're just working a lot for no reason. So you actually don't get anywhere. You don't actually think about your own business and what you're good at. You don't invest in your actual self. And so you literally could have, instead of putting money into all of those MLMs, you really could have just put all that money aside and started saving up. Like, my recommendation, if you really wanted to try, like, starting your own business, because the Jeff Bezoses, all of these people who did this, just fun fact, they quit their other job, period.
Yeah.
Like, everyone who like made it and they quit their job, even way back to the .com bubble, but they quit their job.
Yeah.
They quit it and they focused on this thing, right? That's really the way you're going to make it most of the time. Like, people who decided to get into makeup and start a makeup brand, they quit their job. They saved up money for a period of time. They quit their job and then they started this thing. That's the only way you can make it work, because your attention has to 100% be on making this thing work. The problem with almost every side hustle is that your attention cannot be 100% focused on that, especially if you have children at home, you have a husband, wife, spouse. Like, if you have a partner, exactly. So it's like, you leave work, and usually that's already 12 hours, between 10 and 12 hours. That includes getting to and from work.
And yeah.
So then you get home, then you've got to make dinner for your family, if you make dinner or order dinner, or your partner makes dinner. Then you spend your family time. Everybody gets washed up, clean, doing all that stuff. And then you decide, okay, well, let me spend this hour doing this, whatever this bullshit is that I do for this side hustle. That you can't make that work like that. It cannot work like that, because then your next option is, okay, well, I'm going to work on it like an hour a day, Monday through Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to spend like 6 hours on this. But what about your family time? So you're sacrificing a lot. Either way, there's a sacrifice. But realistically, if you wanted to make some shit work, your best bet is going to be to like have saved up money over a period of time. Especially if you're just like a single person who doesn't live with anybody, have saved up enough money to be able to pay your rent for 6 months, pay your bills for 6 months, whatever it is, and make a fucking go of it. Like, drop everything, make a go. You get nowhere by half-assing it. And that's what these MLMs and the hustle culture is trying to teach us, is really just like, they're telling you you're giving 100, but you can't give 100. That doesn't make any sense. Tina said, I'm too afraid to hustle.
I love it. If universal basic income was a thing, hustle culture would be instantly dead. Because here's the thing, is that hustle culture and MLM culture is built on the back of people not being able to make enough money off of one job. Yes. That's what it is. And so if everyone and it's also built on the idea, I'm a freelancer. I'm doing it full time. I don't love it. I would rather have one job and just do it. Right now I have 2 clients, and then I try to make my YouTube thing a thing, although it's not very easy. For me, for other reasons, not particularly because of hustle culture. But although it kind of is anyway, but if I just had one client and I wasn't, okay, no benefits, it means you're filing your own taxes, all of this. So basically what the last, like, I would say 10 years of like this work culture has created is like, it's totally acceptable to not be paid adequately for any of the work you do. So you have to keep adding on job after job after job. And then hustle culture toxically spins it as, but you're doing what you love, so it's worth it. It's your thing. It's your gig. It's like, whatever it is, it's yours. So like, it's amazing. Even YouTube.
You're putting
even
into
YouTube,
yourself.
Like, yeah, exactly. You're investing in yourself. It's your business. It's your thing. Even if it's an MLM, it's your whatever. It's like, but I'm still working 70, 80, 90 hours a week, like depending on, I don't know, I'm just making up numbers now. Depending on what it is,
like there's some of them where
I'm
you are
barely
working
paying my bills. Like barely just paying my bills. So why are we glamorizing that and glorifying that?
Well,
and then
that is
Tia
because
has a
the
good
corporate
question.
machine wants us to do that. But Tia has a question. This is the question I have is it better to support your friends, family with their MLM venture, or is it better to tell them it's scammy or say nothing? One, I don't support anybody's MLM, period. I don't support my family when they have them. I don't support my friends. I do not support them, period. And the reason I don't is because if I buy one thing, I'm giving them hope that this shit is going to work, and it's not, right? If I buy a thing, because then the other thing is if I buy a thing, then they're going to want me to talk to my friends about the thing that I bought. Then eventually they're going to start bothering me about joining. Like, listen, I used to avoid my aunt like the plague, because she doesn't do this anymore, but she was selling some kind of juice or some shit, and I didn't want it. So I wouldn't answer any of her calls. She would call, and I was like, I'm dead. I died. I was alive 10 seconds
I do not
before this
exist.
call, but now I am dead. You like when like I would honestly, this is, and anybody who knows people who have been in an MLM before and they call you, did you do the thing where you like went still when the phone was ringing, like thinking that somehow they were going to come through the phone? Because I sure as shit did. I was like,
It's definitely an anxiety thing. Certain phone calls, I'm just like, if I'm perfectly still, it won't be obvious that I'm ignoring your call. I'm going to not press any buttons on my phone because I might accidentally instantly decline it. But I don't want to decline it. I want it to ring through to pretend like I'm not ignoring, like all of the things. Yeah. And yeah, what Olivia said was just like, what actually going back to what Tia said. So, also actually Tina has a great comment. My investment in myself is vacation and free time. I don't live to work. I'd rather work to live comfortably and spend time with friends and family. I don't ever need to be rich. That is like to a T. I want to be able to travel, vacation. Like I really like that part of when I'm able to do it. And I don't need to be like rich to do it. But what Tia said, I think it's just also, wait, I'm so distracted. 93 Rut. Sorry, I'm dead is what I say to unwanted male attention. You are an icon, okay?
Right, sorry, I'm dead.
But what Tia was asking is, I think it depends on the person and who they are in your life. I think if you have the opportunity to say something before they get into it, and they are somebody that you feel comfortable doing that would be the ideal. Once they sign up, again, it depends on the relationship. If you're only acquaintances or you don't feel like they're a kind of person that is going to listen, I would probably not say anything, but also not buy anything. It all depends. But like I said, I know people in my life where I'm like, you're not going to listen. I love you, but you're not going to listen. So I'm not going to try.
And Vision of You was saying, it's sad they use the work from home with your kids, but they don't say you have to be glued to the phone and computer for selling, meetings, parties. Your kids aren't getting the quality time. Exactly. So if any of you have not looked into, because here's the fun fact. You would think that when they went online, that things like suddenly were just smoother. When they went online, it became so much more. And I remember this because I I hung out in these parties. Yes, I was a LuLaRoe hoe. I didn't sell it. I was just always buying those hideous leggings. I have so many ugly pair. And you know what's great about wearing my skirts all the time now in the wintertime, which it's not wintertime in Texas. So it's going to be like 80 degrees all week and I fucking hate it here because I got hoodies. But we're going to let that go. Is that I can wear them underneath my skirts. But I was in these parties and they had to have them constantly, at least every other day. They were having some kind of weird online party auction type thing where they would have like numbers and you would have to comment the number, like mine or sold or whatever word they wanted you to use, and then they would like give that one to you and you were like
LuLaRoe sounds like a Dr. Seuss character.
Facts. So it's like you are actually working far harder because like, and it sounded like I said fart harder. Anyways, moving on. But they are actually requiring so much stuff from you. Like they don't give you business cards, but you need to have business cards when you send your shit out or to recruit people. So you have to spend money on business cards. There's all these unforeseen costs that they throw at you that I'm telling you right now, if you were starting your own business, like let's say you're like, I am going to be a freelance makeup artist. You know, for the most part, what you're going to need to invest in, right? You're going to say, I know, listen, leave me alone, Elise. I just got way into those stupid ass leggings. I was getting divorced. My mind went right. But if you were going to start your own business, you're like, I'm going to be a makeup artist and I'm going to be a freelance makeup artist. For the most part, you know what to expect. You know, you're going to need your kit. You know, you're going to need this. You know, you're going to need disinfectant. You know, you're going to need bags. You know, you're going to need business cards. You know, you're going to need this shit. So like you put this money aside for for a long time so that when you were ready to do your freelance, you could, you know, gather the funds to get the things that you need. Like you're going to need a good camera to take pictures or be able to pay a photographer to help you out with that. So you knew that. When it comes to MLMs, they make it seem like you just buy like their thing. They're like, oh, you buy this and you're like fucking good. And you're like, okay. So you buy this, you get your 4 brushes for $7,500 and
the cost of one child freshly born. I don't know why I said freshly born.
Freshly born sounds so gross. Because that's when they still got the goo. That's why you had to say freshly born, because just firstborn isn't the same. Freshly born is still like they still covered in the goo, in the sack goo. Ew,
I shall give you this cup.
That is gross. Oh,
I love that we are grossing each other out. Like,
Emily, did you see on my Instagram stories where I put up like, this is why babies aren't born with teeth, with a full set of teeth? That was terrifying.
Anyone that wants kids, has kids, enjoys kids, I thank you for your work, but it's not for me.
Real talk, I thank you for your service. I really do.
Rest in pieces is right. That's what I feel like. Yeah,
I mean, with an MLM, they just you don't know what you're going to be required to do because a lot of times they don't tell you. So for instance, a lot of these, like especially makeup ones, for instance, right? Makeup ones, they will be like, oh, you just buy this kit. It's like $100 and you get the kit. And they're like, oh, girl, the new shit is coming out. And if you really want to make it, you're going to have to like get this. So you have to buy this shit again.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Because they want you, because you need to be the hippest person in the MLM that has all the newest things, because that's how you sell to other people. But you forget that what if they don't want it? I just love that y'all are enjoying
plot twist. Plot twist, you're the customer. You didn't know. You're not selling shit to anybody. The goal was never to sell anything to anyone. You are the customer. That's how they're selling it. That's the way it's sold out.
How creepy is that? MLMs are not about products, it's about people.
You are the people. You are Soylent Green. I'm sorry.
No apologies at all. No apologies ever needed. This is what y'all are here for, guys.
Out like I am Soylent Green, like.
But yeah, I just think it's really interesting that it's 2020 and MLMs are still like going strong. But I wonder if they are going to the greatest people. Oh.
Oh, shit. Your husband is very, this is absolute frivolity, commenting, my husband is very hustle culture. He drives a truck, but then he sells t-shirts and a bunch of other things via Amazon or through social media, but at least he isn't trying to convince anyone. Fun fact, I know those people because I used to work in logistics. So they would always come up and be like, hey, do you want some cologne? And I'm like, I don't want any fucking cologne, man. Get in the goddamn truck. Go away.
Oh my God. Okay. This makes me think of the things that would show up in our lives. Oof. This is when I was younger, when I lived in North Carolina with my family. And just my brothers would say, oh yeah, so-and-so, a family member. Yeah, they it fell off the back of a truck. I was just like, no. Like
you stole things. You're thieves.
He was like the original hustle culture piece of shit that I ever saw. And I was like, yeah. And sometimes it would be like a steak, like a tenderloin steak, or like random things. And I'm like, I don't want to know how you got this, but it did show up here. Okay.
So Ages Beauty 416 said, I joined Mary Kay just to help my friend get her red jacket. I didn't even wear makeup. And then to piggyback on, I think Elise said this, which is their skincare was bomb. It actually is. Like, I'm not going to lie, because I've told this story multiple times. I got smashed in the face by an airbag because my friend was recklessly driving my car and I didn't have insurance, and now she's not my friend anymore. And that was a long time ago. I'm an old ass bitch now, but I would have a Lucky Luciano scar right here from the airbag. And I used the Mary Kay, like extra emollient night cream on that hoe, and it was gone.
I love this. I had a lady chase me down the street trying to sell me shea butter like a damn stalker.
Listen.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, because like you can always spot like makeup ones. Hi, Catherine.
Was watching us told by Kenya's MLM video, and as I finished it, I saw this live. Welcome.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. That's awesome.
That's so cool. Hi.
I know.
What really
Allie,
cracks me up is
so
like how they walk to you now, like back in the olden days. And I'm gonna have to. I feel like I'm gonna start saying that now. Back in the olden days, when we used to go to malls, they would find you and they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, your skin is so beautiful. Are you a model?" And you're like, "Bitch, I'm not." Oh my god, but you look really good at makeup. I'm like, I am good at makeup. And then she's like, "Here's my card. You should come hang." I'm like, "I'm not hanging out. No." And then your fingers start doing this thing where you're like, I can't. And then I become like Iron Man, where I'm like, I don't like to be handed things.
Okay, it makes me think of in the malls. I feel like everything that was like one of the little standing kiosks, I feel like those were all like weird MLM businesses.
No, yeah. Like, you can't like don't knock the Armenians and their jewelry hustle in the middle. Like, leave them alone. I like them. I don't know if you have that in your mall, but there's like the Armenians with the really blinged out jewelry in my mall, and I'm always like, and I just go over there to listen to their hustle, man. Like, I don't know, it's terrible, but I go because I'm not gonna buy that jewelry because I don't wear that kind of jewelry. But I like to listen to them like explain why this is awesome. So
play by MUA. They should spell that MAULS malls, because that's what it is, a full blown attack. Also, wait, Olivia articulated this kind of perfectly. I think hustle culture and MLMs tap into the need for Americans to be independent entities too, and contributes to achieving the American dream by a lot of immigrant communities. That's exactly what a lot of this boils down to. This idea that we all should have our own business, and that's all of our dreams. We all own our own things. Welcome, Legally Black Beauty. Hi,
well, yeah, because I want something with a large amount, like Herbalife. There were very many people in the Latino community that were suing Herbalife because they predatory practices. Like, these people, they were preying on them. And the thing about Herbalife is they would keep like making you buy stuff, like, and people had like fucking garages full of Herbalife, like full, because they couldn't. They were like, how much? I didn't, and they couldn't sell it, and they couldn't give it back. So it was like this big mess. Sad. I think it's still going on. I don't know if it's finished, but like, if anything, they're like, the point wasn't that they were trying to get money. What they really wanted was to stop them from being able to behave like this. And
exactly.
Feffy's saying another thing, if MLMs aren't bad, like Hun say, then why the hell is a lot of the recruitment methods based on tricking people? If you're not ashamed of your business, why do you act like you should be? Yeah, because here's the thing. There's super fun model of being like, now I know, I'm sure you've heard like, aren't MLMs bad? Well, first of all, we are not multi-level marketing. We're direct marketing. That's different. It's the same. It's different. Also, like, there's a hierarchy at your 9 to 5. Like, look at you over there working so hard. You're making like someone else rich. That is not at all what we do. Like, I'm your upline. You're gonna make me money, but like, and then like I make.
But they don't even admit that.
And then
they
like
don't even admit
that.
Money,
and then like, and then those people make money, and I'm rich.
That's the thing is that like shoes? They don't even admit that shit. Like, they don't admit. Also, welcome, Brown Girl Bella. And yes, Feffy was saying there's a documentary betting on zero about Herbalife's predatory practices, and they focus on the Latin.
That's the one I saw.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah, they will admit it, because the only reason that they admit that they're going to make money off of you is because, like, girl, all you have to do is do what I did. Like, you get 3 people to sign up underneath you, okay? And like, they get 3 people, like each one of them gets 3 people, and then like before you know it, you don't even have to do anything. Like, you're just like I don't even do anything. Do you not see my red bottoms? And you're like, bitch, did you paint the bottom of those shoes red? We're not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about you and how you're going to create like a good business. Okay, there's no need for you to like be paying close attention to my very cheap Walmart suit. Like, listen, I'm so rich, okay? I am so rich. Don't even talk about it. I have a brand new Lexus outside that I got from Enterprise Rent Center specifically for this event. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, ugh. Anyway, onto your business ventures and how you're going to make you money. I'm sorry.
You're right. Between painting the red bottoms and Yolanda's comment,
I keep staring at Audra and Emily's eyes, waiting for ray beams to shoot out of them, recruiting us for their space babe army.
But also, your monologue. I guess I wasn't sure how honest they were, because I have heard people that have joined MLMs that didn't know about the upline thing at all. Like, they didn't know at all. And it wasn't until they got in and were like selling products that then their upline was like, but wait, and then started talking about recruiting other people. So I feel like maybe it depends. Yes. Oh, Alex, Audra took not Vinny and made it not Vicky. Not Vicky.
I mean, it just really does. I mean, like, so all of this was, before we devolve into ridiculousness, all of this to sum up, that MLMs and hustle culture are closely entwined, because they both rely on the fact that we as Americans obviously don't get paid enough at our jobs as it is. Yes. And we hate our jobs. And because we don't get paid enough and we hate them, our hope is to be entrepreneurs. And there's not a whole lot wrong with entrepreneurship, although we can talk about that some other time. But like, everybody isn't designed for their own business, right? And there are plenty of people who enjoy their 9 to 5. I mean, I haven't met them yet, but there are plenty of people who enjoy their 9 to 5.
I'm like, oh, they exist. I don't know.
And like, who enjoy that structure, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem comes, and when they're trying to, like, that hustle culture makes us feel like we're supposed to want so much more. And like, there's a degree where you do, like, financially, but like, also you don't want to work 24/7. And MLMs have capitalized on this rise of hustle culture as a way for you to use this as your side business, which is never a side business. You don't make money, you lose money, and it's all a nightmare. So now let us devolve into ridiculousness.
And Bethany makes a good point. So Bethany said, my mom had cancer, no lashes, and that unique bitch scammed my mom into joining and spending hundreds. I could have choked the life out of her. That's the other part of it. This is why MLMs are even worse than hustle culture as it is generically known, is because MLMs actively target people that are medically vulnerable. The people that are the most vulnerable get targeted by these MLMs. And whether it's to become a member or as a customer, they do so many toxic things. And I'm going to say, even there was, I don't remember which MLM it was, but Beauty by Ashley, like last year covered 2 MLM like Huns that were
an Illuminati.
Straight up
it was unique.
People.
It was unique.
Hey, straight up, I didn't know they were straight up scamming, because they were like, oh, we're raising money for these girls in like a home that aren't getting fed, and all these like, it was like, you think it sounds beyond belief, like, but it's real life. It's what they were doing.
And Blair the Illuminati has been doing massive, because she used to do a lot of other videos, but she's now mostly dedicated herself to doing anti-MLM videos, like pretty hardcore, going in. She goes into the backstory, she goes into the details, she really talks about the nitty-gritty of
I love this. Why is not Vicky Loki Jaclyn Hill? Like,
yeah. So like she's really going into the like down, like the low, like the just the nitty-gritty low down. She'll spend 45 minutes, 50 minutes, however long it takes to like go into it in detail. And it's really good. It's really like, hers are one of the favorite ones I've seen, because when her voice is super hot sounding. And I know that was not appropriate, but it's true. Her voice is hot. She has a hot voice. Also, she actually is hot. If you haven't seen her, like I was
your face just now.
It genuinely hurts my feelings. I was like, bitch, I was not expecting you to be attractive. Because you know how people have hot voice and like then you see them and they look like a thumb. And you're like, oh.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. Blair is gorgeous, actually. I don't know if she's
told you.
I just Googled. Blair, I was like, some of the photos aren't completely, but then some I'm like, oh, I see it. But we all have potato photos, so I'm not gonna be here talking shit. But yeah, I also didn't really know this. There's a comment from Trish. I hate the way they tie people's hopes for a new business venture to religious faith. I've seen so many MLMs make themselves seem like they have a spiritual core, and they make it about having faith. They
do. They do. There's a reason that a lot of their headquarters are based in Utah, FYI.
Oh, yes. And then Alex Alchemist. Yes, I met so many folks who were into MLMs in seminary and through church work. It was sad. Oh, and then Unique Huns also use Me Too and other hashtags about serious issues to
they also did a thing where they were like putting on makeup to look like they got beat up to sell their makeup.
Oh, that was...
Remember, they were like, we're against domestic violence. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? You know that person who I've been sending you those pics of, where like you get them and it's like it's always at a time when you're having a bad day. And I've been sending you these pics of this lady. It's like fucking gold. And like she is giving like dead eye crazy stare at all of her photos. Like, I don't know what's happening with her makeup. I'm not going to shit on her makeup application because maybe she's new to it and they provide no fucking training. So like, that's fine. It's the way that she's like this. Like she thinks she's being like, she's doing this thing where she's like, pan disaster, thank you. I was just explaining that to my mom today. My mom asked, she's like, oh, yay. I'm like, pansexual? She's like, yeah, what is that? I'm like, well, Mom, gender is not our determining factor on whether or not we find someone attractive. She was like, that. Okay. I'm like, well, you know how lesbian women and gay men, like lesbian women like women, and gay men like men, and straight people like the opposite sex, and bi people like this person, and pan people are like, hey, you there. That's how I flirt.
I just like pan disaster and by disaster. Like I like calling myself a disaster. I like that.
I am a disaster. I really am a whole ass disaster. Like, oh, that's better.
a pandemonium.
Oh my God. I think I just realized that y'all heard me clapping my feet and I'm very embarrassed.
Oh yes, no pandemic. No.
Anything is because both of my hands were up when the sound started.
I didn't hear it, but my hearing is not the greatest. I think this, Alex. I agree. My sexuality is, hey there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, y'all remember the chunky ginger I was talking about? Who's a not so chunky ginger?
Yes.
So anyway, I made a TikTok. I made
Thorn, I do. Hold on. I've cooked with that before. It's a like a grassy, herby ingredient that is used in a lot of Chinese and Filipino recipes. A lot of desserts. Anyway, continue. Chunky ginger.
Oh, so anyways, I'm learning how to use the TikToks. All right. So I figured out how to do a stitch, and I did because I looked at it a couple times, like obviously, because I was like, wow. But then I noticed something in particular, which was this man's thighs. And I was like, whew, my goodness. So I did a stitch TikTok with him. And I used Mia's words. And I was just like, you know what? Skinny legs is doing all right, Josephine. Skinny legs, big chest is doing all right. I have not seen his girlfriend Juicy Booty. It's very upsetting. I like to see Juicy Booty. Skinny legs has like a good smile, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like if there was I don't want him.
Chunky ginger is my perpetual state of being.
While we do it. Is that weird? I can't see his legs while we do it. It would bother me immensely. Just really would. Anyway, chunky ginger. If y'all don't follow me on TikTok, and you want to see that, follow me on TikTok to see it. I now that I've learned stitching, my entire TikTok is just gonna be me doing stitches with people.
Good.
Have a good time.
Also, I wanted to say, I feel like my sexuality is, hey there, and no fuck off. It's like two things exist.
I always feel like your sexuality is like, hey there, no touchy. Hey, no touchy. Hey, no touchy.
Well, also, I'm not saying hey there to any man. So my no fuck off is, straight men, no fuck off. Everyone else, hey there.
You're always like, no touching.
No touchy.
Don't touch. I touch myself, thank you. I'm fine. I am fine touching myself.
Hey, Rose by Audra.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Because you're like
Chunky ginger, my new wave band.
When I think about you, I touch myself, and yours is like, I don't want anybody else. When I think about me, I touch myself. So
I can appreciate this from Thorn. My gender is no, and my sexuality is look, but don't touch.
Thank you.
I like that. I like that one. Also, Diva. My sexuality is boobs. Boobs. I mean, boobs are yummy. I'm gonna say that.
Listen, I'm gonna need everybody to wear a mask. I need everybody to start wearing masks because we gotta get the Rona out of here. Okay.
Everyone's talking about their sexuality. Bethany, my sexuality is honey badger, bear's fangs. Either you're turned on or frightened. I'm fine with either.
Mine is possum. Same reason. I'm probably eating crap that I shouldn't be eating, and if you approach me when I'm not in the mood, I'm going to play dead and emit a dead smell. Just be like.
So, like that. Anyone that hasn't already said in the chat, let us know, what is your sexuality or what is your gender?
Yes, please.
I want to hear.
You know, we're doing big things. We're not going to tell you what they are yet, but we're doing big things.
Emily, I maintain I'm a Muppet.
Emily, didn't I tell you that you were a goose? Long-necked, graceful looking, gorgeous, but really sharp teeth and very, very mean.
My sexuality is a sloth. This shit is too much work. I'd rather sleep. Wait, I missed. Oh, yes, I did. I saw it and then I forgot to click on it. Hold on, I'm gonna find it because it was a good one.
That's why I like spiders so much too. Like, ooh, speaking of spiders, copacetic. Listen, that makes sense.
Oh yes, Isabel. Mine is what is gender? Fuck my life. Existential scream. Also relatable.
Yeah.
What is gender?
Yeah.
Yes, Mo is a mermaid. My sexuality is a mermaid. I'm gorgeous, mysterious, eye candy, and I will end you. I like that. Oh, Lori, my sexuality is don't care what you identify as long as you're into kink. I like that.
Yes. Oh,
my sexuality is you like birding and facial hair. At least my sexuality is what that wallet do. Sorry, that was kind of a
listen, you tried.
My sexuality is anarchy.
True. That is very true. Yeah. Like, listen, like I am somewhere in between a possum and a raccoon, you know? Like if you haven't seen me eat, you don't want to. Yes.
My sexuality is nice in theory, terrifying in practice. Blame UA. My sexuality is, did you see that shiny thing over there?
I like that. I like that.
Mine is extinct and only exists in imagination. Also feel that one.
Wait just a damn minute, Alex. My sexuality is I get mine first, but I will shower you with love in the form of sexy cuddles and food. Yeah, I mean, no, I won't do the second part. My sexuality is I get mine first, period. Now get out.
Yeah, pretty much. My gender is whatever it means when I laugh at any gender terminology used to describe me.
Yes.
Drew, my gender is stares into the abyss begins to fall in. And Drew is a princess. That is Drew's gender. I like that as well.
My God, this is amazing. My sexuality is an awkward thumbs up. Bye, Siri. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye, Sharon. My sexuality is apparently goose sexy.
Listen, if I do this, you have permission to do whatever you want with it. This is what it looks like. Okay, there you go. Oh no, Rachel Joy, please no.
I was gonna say this. Yeah, I'm not shaming anyone. Sorry. I'm just having a reaction. I apologize.
My sexuality is Comic Sans. Thank you.
Excuse you. Excuse the fuck out of you. That's worse.
Comic Sans.
I like Josephine. My sexuality is I love sticks, aka carrots, aka bananas. Probably eggplants also known, but I can visually appreciate other views with some peaches and cherries in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kay says my sexuality is yes. My gender is no. I like that. I love this.
I like this. My ideal partner. Someone who gets equally excited when I dramatically stop to point at a dog on the street. My ideal partner is someone who, when I stop at the street and stop at the corner. Okay, let me move this. When I stop and I'm ready to cross, and then I swirl my skirt like this and then walk across, that they like that shit. That they're like, yes. This is my dramatic lady.
this is my bitch. That's right. Also, Alex Alchemist, my sexuality is the Wingdings font. No. Ooh, and also, welcome, Sharita. You walked into the midst of us asking everyone in chat, what is your sexuality? What is your gender? And answer that however you wish. And there are many examples in the chat right now.
I'm so sorry. I've been doing this hide thing. And then all y'all see, this is what I hate about Marco Polo is that I'll send messages to everybody when I'm fucking lonely and then nobody says anything back. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll just talk to Bo. All y'all sleep. And then all of y'all message me at the same time. It's too late now. I've already had the conversations with
Beth. So now you're over it. Yes, and Sarah is also joining this chat midstream trying to figure out what's going on. We have kind of done about hour-long discussion on MLMs and hustle culture, and we have dived into not even Legata, I guess it's kind of Legata, talking about sexuality and however you want to describe your sexuality and gender.
FYI, Angela has seen Chunky Ginger, and she knows exactly what I'm saying. She was like, you were not kidding, and I hope it's she. I'm trying to be better about saying like they, just generally. So if I say they, and please don't get upset, I'm just trying to generally say they. But they sent me a message be like, is this who you're talking about? I was like, yes. And they're like, I mean, I know that you said this, but like, damn. I'm like, I know. Because like the face of a baby, like a cherub angel. And then
I didn't know he was Chunky Gender from earlier today because she sent me your TikTok. Because that's not chunky to me. That's
he's never shown this. He's never shown this before. What you don't understand is
his
all
arms.
His TikToks. No, he's never shown that either. That was the first time we saw that.
Okay.
That's how we all like. That's why everybody has been losing their mind over this shit, because literally all you see is his round cherubic baby face.
My gender is chunky.
Like, we did not know he was running around with a whole ass like rock climber body underneath this bitch and thick thighs save lives. Thick thighs.
Oh, it's interesting. Thor said, real talk though, gingers carry weight in our faces.
That's not why my
I love it, Meg. I'm pretty chuffed I've reached fluent LGG because I just joined in and I was able to pick up immediately. Welcome, Sydney and Miss
Hi, Meg.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, Feffy. Yes.
So should I just pull up your TikTok and play it?
Yeah, go ahead. So what I'm trying to explain to y'all is that this gentleman has literally been showing us like this part of himself. We didn't know about anything else. So he has like this cherubic, like chubby baby angel face, and it's like I don't care because like I can't. Y'all know I like the chunkies. Like I'm like so like obviously you love what you don't have, and I don't have any. I'm shaped like SpongeBob SquarePants. It's just a square. You know what I mean? I like curves and thickness. So this man gets upset porque someone had the nerve to say something about his weight. When he pulls back, I was like, boop. That's so funny that I was literally making that noise. And then
Thigh crusher man, yes.
Did you see my TikTok, Sharita? Oh my God. I sent it to Mia specifically because it was only right to send it to her because she was the one who I got that like badass line from, which also I'm going to admit that I'm bougie. I do have on some Ritual Defee. That got weird. Thorn, same sexuality.
Some cream shadow, some cream highlighters. Love it. Wait, I'm trying to see if I could share my phone screen.
Thank you, Sharita knows exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know why I'm randomly singing shit. I think it's the wine. Because I try to drink hard liquor. It's just like not my business. Did you just say my gender is succubus? I will make you want all. We all just need to do body rolls. Like body rolls need to like make a whole ass comeback because I'm like I hit a good body roll. I'm feeling really sassy for no reason. Oh wait, I think I can do it here. Wait, can I? Okay, wait, hold on.
Because I'm not logged in the TikTok on my computer, so.
I don't know how to do that at all.
My sexuality is: did I shower today?
That's terrible. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Like,
Yes, Alex. My gender is a JD Glow multi-crow. My gender is a JD Glow Galaxy Shadow.
Oh, please, thank you. I don't know how to make things work. Let's see. I'm like over here. I don't know how to make things work.
Yeah, I'm like, wait,
let me just go like this. Oh God, that was terrifying. Oh, my BBC buzz. I'm like looking at Bo being fucking adorable because he like makes my whole life worth living. And like I totally understood when I don't know if I have it anymore. It's not on here. Oh, for frick's sake, I have to go grab my phone. Just give me like a second. Give me a second.
Wait, I might be able to do it.
Oh, my legs, my butt, my cheeks. I think it was all the same thing.
Let's see.
I don't know how to share the screen, but I can definitely show it to y'all on here. Do you have it or no? Let's hope he doesn't copyright strike me. Oh, okay.
I have it.
I'm like, let's hope he doesn't copyright strike me.
I mean, he commented on your stitch, so so something tells me it's not going.
Cherry, we were talking about his. I think his name is Chris. Actually, we need to stop calling him Chonky Ginger because he's not chonky, and his name is Chris. And oh, there we go. Oh shit! I'm very embarrassed.
Oh,
you have to click that. I don't know how it works. I don't know how to work these things. Y'all, my TikTok is like one of those things that's randomly, like it's now rapidly getting out of control. And oh my God, speak of the devil, you just woke Beauty with Ashley up. Legit.
Wait, what?
She's live right now. Beauty with Ashley was live at 7:36. So I don't know if she's still live now, but that's so weird. It's like you called her into existence and it's kind of freaking me out. Like she was just like doing her thing. Okay.
That's so random. She hasn't been active at all, right? I was showing
she was live a few days ago.
Like his face is chunky.
Yes.
But
So here's the sound on it because I'm being a freaking, oh no. Okay, there we go. Because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, so here it is, y'all. You ready? Here we go.
I live, bro. Did y'all see that man's thighs? As my friend Mia would say, crush me like a walnut, sir.
Yeah. I saw his thighs. They're
his name
powerful.
Is Chris Wells, right? Chris Wells on it. Yeah.
He's far too young for my old lady ass.
Chris _ Wells, right? Okay.
Yes, it is. It is Chris _ Wells _ He is. Maddie crushed me like a walnut. Listen, everybody else was paying attention to the gun show, okay? They were all like, welcome to the gun show. Welcome to the gun show. He got thighs and legs. Okay, anyway, so here's the point.
Yeah,
I saw those thighs and I was like, okay, you're too young. You're too young. However, that man is very. Ooh, can you put the link to his TikTok into the private chat so I can add it to the? Because I don't know how to do TikTok on my laptop. You are fancy. Oh my God, my sexuality is a beautiful trauma music video. My gender is a cross between running through a decrepit mansion hallway in a black flowing gown and the Wicked Witch of the West. Same.
Yeah.
See, thank you. Thank you. I wouldn't know about weightlifter face, right? Why would I know? Thank you. Like y'all are actually giving me like some validation and that like.
And see, I might be, I don't know if Isabel's feeling as well, but I'm not a men with beards kind of person. For me,
I like beards because they add a textural part of the experience.
Yeah, there's lots of other ways to get texture. I don't mix that way.
Well, is something about the tickle tackle? You just have to. You'd have to have it happen. That's the thing. If it's not done right. Yeah,
we can also like different things. It's okay. It's okay.
No,
you
we
can
can.
like your beard.
We totally can. We can.
Texture like, Tuesday from Play MUA.
I'm like, let me just.
I think Sharita's like, beards are necessary if you're a man. I don't make the rules. I mean, fair. Y'all can have all of the men's. That's okay.
Yeah, I like beards. I think preferably, I prefer. If I'm dating a man, I like facial hair.
It's fine. I don't care. It's not my. It's
But
not
then,
my
it's like, yeah, it's just not. So sorry. Excuse me, everyone. That was like pretty intense.
I wonder if this is a connection. Says I should have figured I was attracted to bearded men when I got into metal at a young age.
Probably because like you can like. Here's the thing. I think that if you loved metal, then you don't mind men with long hair or men with beards. Like.
So Drew and I are kind of on a similar page. Like, I'm not a facial hair person, but I'm also
but I'm
not
a
quite a lesbian.
But,
close.
Yeah, Maddie, some guys just need a beard. Like some guys look weird with a beard.
See,
first of all, Thorn, I don't need you talking shit about my beard, Thorn. I am attacked. All right. I work very hard. Okay. I haven't shaved this week. I haven't shaved this week. There's no need. I know that I'm
what? Lies. Don't give me that kitty face.
I have a whole ass beard and a mustache.
You talk.
Yeah, goatees are gross. I don't
think it was the wine that time. I think it was
it was stress. Josephine, I was like under a massive amount of stress. And so that's how I got that heartburn. So I'm good.
See, the androgyny is usually what I'm more drawn to in men.
April
says I like androgyny or lumberjacks for men, no in between. That's fair.
See, April and I need to go like partner hunting together because it's the same. I'm like, either you're woolly or I'm not sure and I don't care. I like not being sure. Listen, Jay Gordon of Orgy ruined my life.
Isabel is being like cut into the core of the chat. I've seen too many men use a beard to mask something unsavory, like a lack of personality or a deep aversion to showering.
Yeah,
but it also I studied Anglo-Saxon, Norse, and Celtic, i.e., the home of the boring, unwashed, bearded man.
That is true. So we have approximately 8 minutes left in this party. So drop your favorite features on a partner that you are looking for before we bounce. I want to get as many of these as I can.
Physical, emotional, both, all of the above. What are you thinking?
Just physical features on a partner that you can't resist. Physical features on a partner you cannot resist.
Expected first answer, boobs.
Boobs. I don't have those, so it's like, that's not even. Booty.
Sometimes you want what you don't have.
Smiling eyes.
Like, I like a good.
Nice hands. I don't have nice hands, but not that you're trying to come on me.
Height.
Okay.
Hairy legs.
I know. Okay. I knew Alex was going to say that. Looks damn good in a sweater.
Arm hair. Interesting. All about the hands. Cheekbones.
Hands are,
yeah, killer cheekbones. Chest hair. Must be 6 foot to ride. Okay, fair. Men who look like they can dance. I like that.
All right.
Nice hands are a must. Chest.
Teeth and height. They
So
look like they smell
nice.
nice. I like that too. I don't like it when they look like they smell like shit. I got you. Olivia,
full
I
lips.
agree. That is what I noticed about like all of my 90s, from most of my 90s ladies crushes, was that they had really full lips.
Yeah. This is interesting. Really pigmented eyes, like deep brown, pure ocean blue, emerald green.
Yeah.
The green or blue eyes. Why?
Do you know why? When that sun hits, girl. Remember when I was like fucking around doing that? Because like my eyes, like if you're just looking at them, they're black, right? But then the sun hits and there's like molten gold in there.
Yeah.
Ooh, the chat got thirsty.
I know.
Drew means taller than 5 feet because my ass 5'3".
But when you're short, people that are tall is a different spectrum. Oh, I like this description, Alice. Women who look both sweet and nasty.
Yes. I don't date short men. I prefer short women, and androgynous. I actually prefer taller. Thems, I like to be taller than me. Because we look better when we're walking. That's really all. Like when I decide to wear tall boots and then they wear tall boots, and there's like a whole lot of weirdness like together, and we're just like a weird tour de force, you know, just like coming at you. I'm down for that.
I definitely look at clavicles for some reason. I don't know what that means.
I like a good clavicle.
Yeah. Like it's not even, I don't know. There are so many things,
like
but it's
smiles,
really just
freckles.
An extra stylish haircut. Yes.
Sometimes, and look, albino. I dig it.
Yeah. I feel this is sort of that I'm basically attracted to other chubby androgynous people. Like, am I self-obsessed or just hot?
Siobhan's here. O'Leary. Siobhan O'Leary. I fucking remembered. Listen, it's not like you're going to send me cookies or anything, but I feel really excited that I remember that, because if you want the absolute truth, Siobhan, since this fucking stream started, I have been remembering your name since we started this bitch. I spelled it out in my mind and I was like, she said it was Siobhan O'Leary, literally from the moment this fucking stream started. So like, you did not know that. No one knew that but me. Yay.
Oh my goodness.
Good job, baby. We're gonna go TT.
Like, do you want cookies?
I do like cookies. Like, I get mad every time I go places and they refuse to have peanut butter cookies. They like really fucking piss me off. Like, peanut butter cookies are the best cookies, and I'm so annoyed.
Yes.
Like, give me a goddamn peanut butter cookie.
I will say, like, purely aesthetically, like, femme bodies that have the hip to waist ratio, like, you don't have to be hourglass, but when you have like a little bit of curve, even if it's going from belly to hip, just like, I don't know. I know actually where it stems from. There was a, and I don't know if she was like an adult film actress, or if she was just a random person that a friend in college found and was thirsting over, and we thirsted over together. Lesbian reality is coming true, but like, she was naturally so extreme, like from waist to hip, but also kind of chubby. And it was when I was coming into a lot of my sexuality where I was like, oh, fuck, that does something to me.
Allie, no, I don't want the Hershey case. No,
Hershey
but if you like it, you have it. But no.
Yeah,
no, my friend Cheyenne is like fucking stunningly, like, her figure is like, if we weren't friends and like I could find someone with her figure, then I'm done. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done for. Like, I'm like, okay, well, I'm finished with life. Like, I feel like all these people are just like, so. I missed you. I missed your comments, but like literally since the very beginning of this chat, I started thinking to myself, I've got to remember how to say this. And I was like, it's Siobhan. And like every few minutes, this is the ADHD brain, by the way, y'all. Because I was like, what if they say something? And then I'm like, right, Siobhan, but I need to make sure I'm saying it right. So it wouldn't let go. It would not let go. So
also, I love that y'all got thirsty with us. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes,
that was
all of you so much for getting thirsty with us, for having fun with us, for talking about MLMs. We can definitely discuss this even further as we go along. I definitely like to talk about how much I hate MLMs because like I'm never going to stop hating them and I hate what they do to people. Again, if you have not subscribed to Emily's channel, please do so. Please do so. She's fabulous. She's wonderful. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're doing here and you haven't subscribed. Like, it's starting to hurt my feelings. Just kidding. I have one. But I just want to thank all of you for being here in the chat today. I love how active all of you are. Thank you again, patrons, members, and everyone who showed up here. I appreciate all of y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember, it costs $0 to be kind. $0 to be kind, and so good for your soul. And you need to take care of your soul because otherwise I'm coming for yours. All right, until next time, deuces.
Bring drinks.